Today, I have two very special guests from one of Wake County's most beloved groups. The Green Chair Project is a nonprofit organization in Wake County that helps families in need, especially those moving into stable homes, but facing challenges in getting those essential household needs like furniture. So by gathering donated furniture, both used and new, the Green Chair Project supports these families by providing them with furnishings they need for their living space. This effort not only assists families in crisis transitioning from homelessness, but it also contributes to environmental sustainability by repurposing gently used items instead of sending them off to landfills. It gives these belongings a new lease on life, and it gives the recipients a new lease on their stable housing that is so much in need. I'm excited to welcome Rae Marie Czuhai and Margot Huffines to the show. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you being here with us.
Thank you for having us. We're delighted to be here.
Yeah,
we are.
Good to see you. So I want to start with you, Rae Marie. You are the brand new CEO and only the second CEO. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you very much. I have been in Raleigh for over 30 years now. I graduated from UNC Chapel Hill and came to Raleigh. Go Heels. And have worked in nonprofits in Raleigh for off and on during my career. I was a banker first, and then moved from corporate banking into the nonprofit world, and was so attracted to Green Chair's mission. There's comes like this point in your life where you get to do things that combine everything in your life that you've done. And so the fact that I have banking experience, have experience with other nonprofits, it just really pulls everything that all of my experiences together to serve our community through Green Chair.
I love that. And Margot, I had the opportunity to get to meet with you a couple weeks ago.
Right.
You're the charity manager. So how did you find Green Chair? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm actually an interior designer by trade, but I've always had a heart for community service. So I've always either been on the board of a nonprofit or volunteered at a nonprofit or worked at a nonprofit. And I met Rae Marie years ago through a mutual friend, and there were just a few nonprofits in Raleigh that I always thought their mission and the way they involve the community is such a special thing that I knew that if I ever had the opportunity, I would want to work for one of them, and Green Chair was at the top of my list. So I reached out to Rae Marie because I heard that she had a person on her development team leave, and I asked her if she had anything that I could come on board and help her do. And so from that meeting, it created into the charity position where I oversee and manage the charity event in September, which is our largest annual fundraiser. And in addition to that, I've taken on several other things there and grown to love it. The families we serve, the team that we work with, and everybody in the community that's involved with the Green Chair. It's just been wonderful.
Well, and I have to say, she's downplaying it a little bit because she basically meets with those of us who are considering donating or trying to figure out how we can get involved in Green Chair. And I think most of you out there listening, if you're in Raleigh, you've probably seen Green Chair somewhere, right? Their brand is really beautiful. There are always things going on in our community that support Green Chair, but I didn't really know exactly what Green Chair was until I joined the board of the Realtor Giving Network and was on the board with Beth Smoot, who was one of the co-founders of the Green Chair Project. And it wasn't until then that I really started to understand the mission. So tell me a little bit about what is the mission of Green Chair?
Well, the mission of Green Chair is really simple. It's furnishing homes and changing lives. With the donations we receive from the community, we are a conduit to put those back directly into the hands of the families that need them.
You know, it's funny because, it's not funny, but it's interesting to me because we live in such a bubble. in Wake County. We happen to be in one of the best economic climates in the United States, one of the best housing climates in the United States. And as a child who grew up in poverty and did not have secure housing, I know what it's like, but a lot of us don't realize the need that's out there. What kind of need are you seeing in the community right now?
There are 6,000 children in Wake County that do not have a bed of their own. And that is really something you cannot unhear.
No.
6,000 children, that's 1 in every 30 in a Wake County classroom. And just as you said, with Wake County being one of the wealthiest counties in North Carolina, how can we let that be? And so knowing that with a gift of $250, you can put a child in a safe, warm place every night, or a baby with a crib.
Coming from somebody who did not always have a bed, that is an amazing thing. And it sounds so nominal because, we can buy coffees and spend $250 a month on that to be able to put a child in a bed where they feel safe. It really does change their life. It changes their outlook on things and what they believe. So for you, how is Green Chair, how do you see Green Chair affecting the community in an impactful way?
Well, that's a great question, because we impact the community, I feel like, from one end to the other.
Yeah.
We work with so many partner agencies that refer families to us once they've found secure housing and secure income. There's no money left to buy furniture, so we meet the families that are actually affected and get the benefits, receive the benefits of what we do. But we also involve the community by having donations and pillow drives. So we're always asking people, we have a most needed Monday. Monday was most needed lamps. We needed lamps and we didn't have enough lamps. And then we also involve the business community, because we love for businesses to come and do team building events in our facility and learn more about what we do. We're constantly trying to get our word and our mission out to people, because like you, people drive by our building or they see our trucks and they're like, oh, that's a really interesting sounding thing, but they don't know what we do and the number of families that we serve. So we feel like we have a wide reach across the community. Wouldn't you agree?
I do agree. One of the things that surprised me the most, and this happened during COVID, I had a donor call me and say, I just want to say thank you for being an organization that we feel comfortable donating to. Mm-hmm. We appreciate the work that you're doing and we want to support you. So it's unusual to have a donor thank you for being a place that they can support.
I agree. And when I think about what you both have just said, and I think about the visuals of my perception of Green Chair prior to really understanding what it was, and I'm in the real estate business, and I'm in the business for looking for opportunities to get involved. We believe that our community has supported us so much that it's our goal to give back to them. It's an honor to do that. And what I love that you both have said is that you give people a hand up, not a handout. So tell me a little bit about the process when you find a family in need and how they walk through your showroom. Tell me a little about that.
Well, choice and dignity are very important. They're our core values. And so we look for ways to make sure that when a family gets referred to us from one of the 100 agencies, that they have choice in the process of selecting their furniture. So we curate vignettes for them to shop from online. Currently, we are still online, and so they have a link to the website, and they have between 3 and 5 vignettes to choose from, to select from. These vignettes are beautiful. They are curated from the furniture that's been donated. We have designers, volunteers come in and curate the vignettes before we photograph them for families.
That is such a beautiful thing. And do they pay something?
Most families pay a $200 furnishing fee, and but all the beds are free. Each child receives a bed, and the adults pay $350 for their bed. So there is a $200 furnishing fee.
I think that's so important, because I do think that helps in that dignity piece, where they feel like they're not being given something. Because I remember as a child, my mother never wanted to be given anything, which was a huge problem for us as children. children. Like, she couldn't get past that, and it really crippled us because we couldn't go and do it on our own, you know? So I love the choice and dignity. I think those are
During
huge
COVID,
things.
during COVID, that $200 became a barrier for many families, and Wake County stepped up with their Bridge to Home program, and they are currently providing that $200 fee for families that cannot afford that. So we do serve some families that absolutely can't afford that $200.
And to your point, that we feel like that's a hand up, not a handout. They feel like they've participated in setting up their home. And basically, that covers, because we deliver everything to those families, that covers our delivery cost in taking all the furnishings to those families and delivering and seeing the faces of those children. I mean, you can't put a price tag on that. The children that see their beds and their furniture and their sofas and chairs coming in, it's priceless.
And when it comes into the house, you know, with your delivery, that it would cost more than $200 to deliver that anyway and set it up. But when you set it up, you're setting the whole bed up, right? You're doing the sheets and
The
Yes.
basket.
That they get, and you know, when we talk about that we deliver between 20 and 25 families a week, that's 25 sofas, 25 kitchen tables and chairs, 25 dressers that go out every single week, and we take the furniture and the beds, and then in addition to that, they get boxes of kitchen items. So they have plates and cups and cereal bowls, a colander, frying pans, pots and pans. In addition to that, they get a bath bundle. So it's their shower curtain rings, coat hangers, because they might not have coat hangers, towels, and so it's just, I have a chill running down my spine because we provide all the essentials to make them successful in their new home. And that's our goal, is to make sure that they have a place that they can nurture their children, that's safe, and that they can live in from here on out.
I think that's so important. It's kind of like y'all are kind of like the Airbnb setup for people who are housing insecure.
Yes.
I think that's awesome because you've thought of everything. And there is so much pride that I imagine that you take from that. And seeing a mother whose children haven't had a bed, who has everything that she needs to provide for those kids within her home, I would imagine is a huge thing. So do you have one story that you can share about that?
She wasn't to pick one.
Or you
No, that's hard. I do have there's so many, but just recently we had a homeowner who was bringing a recliner back to us. And she said, I received this as a client of yours 5 or 6 years ago, and I know how popular recliners are. I want you to have this recliner back to give to another family. And so we were able to welcome her in, give her a tour of Green Chair, and she was like, you know what, I think I would like to volunteer here. So to have someone that we served come back, bring their furniture back to us to give to another family, and then to offer to volunteer with us, it just came full circle for us. And there's lots of days that there's tears at Green Chair, and they are always happy tears because it's just so emotional to see these families experience in home because of the work that we have done.
Do you have one, Margot?
I think one that sticks with my mind, because we also help some refugee families, and we had a woman from Afghanistan who was actually a judge in Afghanistan and who fled the country because they had opened up the prison systems, and she knew she was now at risk. And she left Afghanistan and came here with her daughter and was referred to us, I believe, by a church. And to hear her story of what she went through to get here with nothing after being in a place with means, it was just so touching to me that when she came in and she saw, and she wanted a rocking chair for her daughter, and so we made sure we had a rocking chair, and seeing that impact. And it's every day. We see it and we hear it every day. And so it's what drives us to get up and go to work the next day and reach out to people for money, because if we don't have enough lamps, if we don't have enough sofas, we buy them. Our trucks don't stop rolling out each week because we don't have enough frying pans. So in addition to the donations that come in, we have to purchase items. And so we get up every day as a development team, and Rae Marie led that development team when she hired me, thinking of how can we reach the community, how can we bring in more money, how can we get more people involved. And so when you love what you do, you don't mind getting up and doing it every day. You know that, you love real estate, you don't mind getting up and doing it every day.
I haven't worked a day in my life except for the few minutes that tears roll down my eyes because I'm trying so hard to work something out. So I completely get it. You know, this podcast is sponsored by the Coley Group, and you've heard a little bit about the need. 25 sofas, 25 frying pans, 25 tables, more than 25 beds a week that is needed. You know, we are planning to do a drive for all of our clients and our sphere of influence to bring their items to a place that is convenient where we can take those directly to Green Chair and make sure they get to good use, because I know that all of you out there listening to this have things in your home that you're not using, that you're considering donating, and we would love to be a part of the facilitation of helping those get to Green Chair and get to the families that you're hearing about. Now, if you're out there and you're thinking about making a move in the Triangle, we want to be your go-to real estate team. You can reach us at all of the details below, and if you've got comments or anything that you want to share about your experience with Green Chair, we would love for you to go down to the comment section below and let us know how it impacted you or how you were able to provide for someone and what joy that brought to you. Thank you so much for listening today. I want to jump back into the show. And I want to talk about some of the numbers, because when I read through your numbers in preparation for this podcast, I was astounded at the number of people that you serve. So Rae Marie, can you tell us a little bit about what your year's looking like?
Last year, Gretchen, we served over 1,400 families. 1,436 families received household furnishings from the Green Chair Project. We had budgeted for 1,200, and the need has grown exponentially. So we continue to serve even when we have exceeded our budget.
Well, that's a testament to the leadership, and that's a testament to you being passionate, getting out there and you know, fanning the flames to get donations, and we're excited to be able to help you with that.
Thank you.
In addition to that, we have our Sweeter Dreams program, and we delivered over 1,900 beds. In addition to the families that received beds, these were primarily children who sleep on the floor, received beds, and that is a bed and a mattress and all the bedding that goes with it and a pillow. And those numbers are, when you think about that per week, that's a lot of beds we deliver, and all of our beds are new. So that's a cost to us. And that's one of the reasons why we have the fundraisers and the other avenues for people to donate, because the beds that we all deliver are all new.
I love that. That's so important, so important. And on that note, you've got a fundraiser coming up in the fall. Tell us a little bit about what that is and how we can get everybody involved.
Certainly.
Yes.
Well, Chairity is our annual fundraising event. It's our signature event where we involve the design community, which gets what Green Chair is. They get what making home is. They understand that how important home is. And so they reimagine. We have 12 rooms, we have 4 vignettes, and then we have 12 to 15 chairs that the designers will take items that have been donated to Green Chair and reimagine them and put them on display at our event in September. It is September the 18th through the 20th. And it will be at the Green Chair Project Thursday afternoon, and Friday will be open to the public, and it's a ticketed event. We have sponsors that will come to our sponsor event on Wednesday night. That's the premiere party where the first reveal is.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I think that's really important for people to see. I have heard of people who have been to that. I have not been to it. I will be there this year because I think we're going to sponsor in some way, shape, or form. But what lights you up about doing all of this? Because this is work. I know you're passionate, but at the end of the day, you're getting up every morning and hustling, and you probably don't know exactly how your day is going to go.
Right.
So what turns you on about all of this?
I can tell you, when I leave at the end of the day, as you mentioned, we have 2 trucks that are rolling around Wake County every day, and the trucks are generally parked at the exit when we leave at the end of the day. And so I think of what those trucks have done that day. They have picked up furniture from families that have excess or redesign in their home and making their homes beautiful, and they've donated their items to us, and that other truck has taken those items and put it directly into the hands of families that need it. So I'm thinking about those 12 to 15 children that are sleeping in their own bed tonight for the first time, that mom that has cooked a dinner in her kitchen and serving her family at a kitchen table with everyone at the table. Everybody has a chair at the table.
How about for you, Margot?
Well, I still being in the development end of it, but primarily focusing on charity. I love involving the community. I love the designers that come in and they get to create something for themselves. They're not working for a client, so I get to see their creativity come to life. We get to involve the community for donations for this event, and then volunteers that come in and help us during the event, and then going after sponsors, meeting with people like you, Gretchen, for the first time and seeing what you do and how impressive your setup is, and trying to bring you on board to help us make Charity even more successful. So my excitement is twofold. It's the families and seeing the families and knowing that what we've done that day mattered, but it's also looking forward and making Green Chair successful for the whole entire year.
I think that's beautiful, and I think you two are so complimentary of each other because we get very different answers from you, but I can tell the energy in this room is palpable. I'm sure they can hear it. You can tell how much you love doing what you do for a variety of reasons, and you know, I will say to those of you out there, if you want to be a part of something that is having a significant impact, you have to get involved with Green Chair. Be a part of one of those 12 to 15 beds that gets delivered every day. There are so many ways for you to volunteer, to give, or to use your influence,
Yes.
which I think is one of the things that we are the most motivated by. And I had that conversation with you, Margot. We want to make sure that we use our voice and our influence. We want to use our money and we want to use our time. And if we can check those three things off with a group or a nonprofit, that is what lights us up. That's what makes us passionate about who we're involved in or who we're involved with. And so tell everyone, Rae Marie, where they can find Green Chair.
Green Chair is online at www.greenchair.org, and we are also located at 1853 Capitol Boulevard, across from the food bank.
If they want to donate furniture, what's the process for that? Just go to the
You
website.
can go to the website in the upper right-hand corner. There's a link that says Donate Furniture. They can go online there and schedule a pickup. We are open every day from 10 to 4 for drop-offs. So if you have smaller items, you can drop them off. If you have 2 or more larger items like a kitchen table, a sofa, chair, one of those items, then we can come pick it up if you're inside Wake County.
Now, I want to say that I know that sometimes when you're donating, and I speak from experience, you try to do the easiest route possible, right? So sometimes it's just easy to go drop it off at, one of the other large thrift stores. That's great. Donate it somewhere. But think through your donations and make sure that you're giving them to someone like a Green Chair Project who is going to use them for good in the community, to provide dignity, to provide choice, and to make sure that that your donation is going to a place that has a significant impact. We are so grateful for both of you being on the show. Thank you so much for being here. This has been an incredible conversation. I'm so excited for you as a listener to get to hear this. And, we kind of think that Raleigh is a pretty special place to live, and the entire mission behind the Best of Raleigh is to share with you the people, the businesses, the nonprofits that you need to know and do business with, and we want to be your guide to luxury living in the Triangle. So we drop a new show every Friday on Apple, Spotify, and on YouTube. You can find us on all those channels, and you will be the one to know about all the people who are impacting the Triangle. So click that follow button, stay up to date, and we'll see you in the next Best of Raleigh. Yay!
Awesome.
Oh, you are